myself Shital Kumari over here. I belong to Bhanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student of class 10th from plus 2 Janta High School, Srinagar Ghat, below Darbhanga. Today I have got to turn and speak something on the topic. English should be spoken in India or not, but I agree with English should be not spoken in India. Hindi is constitutionally the official language of India and the most spoken and understood language of India. Is the language third most spoken in India whole world since the independence of the country. Hindi language has achieved many important achievements. The use of Hindi language is being promoted by the government of India is development plans and in providing services to citizens. Hindi language has got the first place in the list of ancient and simple language of the world. Hindi is such a language with the help of you which every Indian can easily understand among themselves. Hindi language has got the status of elder daughter of Sanskrit. Hindi is very simple language so that everyone can learn and use it. It is a language that works to unite people of all religions. I not only Sivesh of as a language, but it is a country's culture, custom, lifestyle, identity, etc. Hindi language is very easy to learn. To learn Hindi language, you do not even need to spend much, but to learn English language, you do English coaching, which costs a lot. Hindi can be taught with the help of only a few books. It is believed that Hindi is spoken more in North India, but now Hindi is spread to every corner of India. In today's time, Hindi language is making its mark globally. In today's time, Hindi is mainly spoken in all the states of India. These states mainly include Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, etc. Apart from the language, there are millions of Hindi language speakers in Nepal, South America, Uganda, Germany, Singapore, etc. Hindi language has been officially given the status of officially language. On the day of 14 September 1949, we do use Hindi, but in the corporate world, English language is mostly used. It's same for us. It is believed that simplest form of Sanskrit language is Hindi language. Thanks.
Good morning, all of you. Myself, Ankit Kumar over here. I belong to Bhawanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student of class 12 from JK College, Birol, Darbhanga. Today I have got a turn to speak something on the topic English should be spoken India or not. But I agree with English should be spoken India because English is very important in our life. In today's time, those who do not know English find themselves backward. English language is the most spoken language in the world. The English importance has increased a lot of our country, and English medium schools have appointed everywhere. Every parents wants their children to learn English. Nowadays everything related to computer is done in English language, and English is also widely used on social media.
Not widely.
Widely used on social media in our country. Who understand English is a concentrated super person. Today time English spoken institutions have come flooding every small or biggest town in thought English, and today English has made it hold in every field. In education area, very important for English likes engineering, medical, MBA, IIT, chartered accountant, LLB, computer education, technology, likes all education field is available to English. So as will books in English. That is why it is even more important to study English for students, and without English we not learn to computer, because all things of computer, software, coding, graphic designing and social media, some all in do English, and English is a language which is spoken in all over the world. So people who now English, he can go anywhere and communicate it comfortable. And English is a no less than a bond for the student, because today every exam is done by English language. Apart from the many students of India want awarded to get education. So we now about English. This language is very profit for talking about foreign person, and people of India mostly use Hindi language, but nowadays many Indians go to foreign and do jobs. Example, America, Britain, Rus, Saudi Arab, likes in the country is very important use to know English. So this way English is important language. So also now as global language for India. 10 in India 10% of the population speaks to English language. The importance of English is the in country is increasing day by day, and they are given jobs in most of new companies that speaks English, or Hindi has been communicated as the national language has in India. But English language is also spoken in the High Court and Supreme Court in India. And today's time in India, those who do not know English, they have to face many difficulties. Then the importance of English has increased so much in India that any parents can cut down on their lifestyle but send two children to English medium school to teach. And English is also very important from business line, because with the advantage of computer and internet area, we are doing online business in which knowing English language is very important to buy and sell any item. Along with this, English is used in books from banks from have to be filled in English only for withdrawn and deposited money. After the digital revolution in the country, money transactions are done through mobile phone and computers, in which English language is used, and we can say that English language is spoken by not only educated people but also illiterate and old people says to English. So I can say that English is a very important and better language.
Good morning, all of you. Myself, Sam Kumar Kamti, our AL. I belong to Bhawanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student of class 10th from Balkalan Public School. Today, I have got a chance to speak something on the topic. English should be spoken in India or not, but I agree with English should not be spoken in India, because some people ask Hindi unsensible, but English is sensible. Today time it is incorrect for Indian people. All language first step is has alphabet system. Today India have 52 letters, in which vowel and consonants. It's two different parts of Hindi letters. It means swar or vyanjan is main parts of Hindi letter, in which also that consonants speak through our throat, that is covered. That consonant which can speak through our tongue, that is covered. That consonant which can speak through our teeth, that is tower. It is in Hindi, all the letters has been arranged in systematically system. This is not seen any more language in all over the world. Anyone tell me any foreign language or English also that can arrange in systematically system? Now we see English language, it has only 26 letters. It means only half letter of Hindi. In English language, it has no any vowels and consonants are arranged in systematically system. As for example, vowel A, E, I, O, U, it is not as arranged in ascending or descending order in English letter. It can arise any place. It has no any rule. Now you discuss about literature and Poetry. William Shakespeare, which has called English literature God. Its poet can read in all over the world. When we tell me any scientific in the poetry of William Shakespeare, no one rule is applied in their poetry, but in Hindi many rules are applied in his poetry. Any people who know something about Hindi literature, that person know that in Hindi, Dohe Chopai, Sarka Chand, it is written to the many rules apply. This type of literature in Dohe first and third step only 13th letter, not word, only letters, and in second or fourth step only 11th letters. As this type in Chopahe, in all the lines and any 16 letter is applied. Ramcharitramanas, that is the largest poetry in India. It is written in Chopai form of Hindi literature. If you see Ramcharitramanas book, you can see that all the lines have only 16 letters. It is the power of Hindi language. And one more speciality is that no one word is changed in Hindi poetry. In world, all the language is changed in Hindi, but some Hindi words are not changed into other language. If you write any word in English is left to write, then the sentence is changed. But it is not in Hindi. Hindi is a language that can write, that can speak. No one means it's changed into his status. It is not found in English language. It has changed. It is speak. It is the opportunity. It's the Hindi language. Englishman speak Hindi language is the best foreign language in all the world. In world 153 millions of people speak Hindi, and India 133 millions of people speak Hindi. It means 75 plus percent people speak Hindi in India. It's in this time in English only 10,000 man words that can come from ancient German language. It means it's away no any words. In Sarvaksham English, 29 words is come from French language. 29% words come from Latin language. 26% ancient German language. 6% Greek language. It means English has no any word, no any away meaning. English is a borrow language. It's all words come from other language. It have many words come from Sanskrit words. English is a language that can add 20,000 meaning in 1 year. No any language do this type of mistake. It means now that time in all the world it's not in English language, but in Hindi. No any word that can't in available in Hindi language. In 2015, English had 500 plus meaning in Oxford Dictionary of English, in which 240 words comes from Indian language, in which dhoti, paper, churi, ghee, etc. has been taken in English language. One part is taken from Hindi language. Dr. Rajendra Prasad said that जिस देश को अपनी भाषा और साहित्य के गौरव का अनुभव नहीं होता वह उन्नति नहीं कर सकता। एंड और वर्ल्ड से दैट विदेशी भाषा की किसी स्वतंत्र राष्ट्र के राजकाज और शिक्षा की भाषा होना संस्कृति देशत है। English is a thief language. Its all meaning has been stolen to the other language. In 14th September, Hindi Day is celebrated in our India. Now that time has it is not a dirty language. It is a proud language for Indian people. So Hindi is best language.
Good morning, all of you. Myself, Gaurav Kumar Jha over here. I belong to Bhawanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student of class 12 from Marwari College, Darbhanga. Today, I have got a turn to speak something on the topic English should be spoken in India or not. I agree with English should not be spoken in India. A long time ago, there was the influence of Sanskrit language in India. Later, gradually, Hindi language was in vogue as the language of common people. After this, India was ruled by the Mughals. After this, India was ruled by Al-Thought. He confined Arabic and Persian to office documents. It had a profound effect on the Hindi language. After that, India was ruled by the British. Englishmen should use English not only in office but also in common life. Due to this, the influence of English on the Indian language was very much. However, after independence from the British rule, when Hindi was declared as the national language, it did not get the respect which was in envisioned. Nowadays, anyone who sees is more eager to learn English language or any other language. The main reason for this is also that English language is used in most the places, and no one wants his future to be spoiled by not knowing English. That's why if Hindi comes to work, there is a lot, but English must definitely come. This type of situation is directly related to our policies. If the government makes such a policy, policy that the use of Hindi language is given prominence at all places, then people will be more attracted towards their national language. The way we have to pass the English test to go abroad, we should also make it necessary for the citizens of our country and those working from outside to pass the list of test of Hindi language. In the way, more and more people will be proficient in Hindi language and will also be excited to use it. Even at the school level, we should emphasize on the use of Hindi language so that children are proficient in Hindi language along with other language from childhood. It should be necessary to organize programs for the promotion and propagation of Hindi language in every school on Hindi Divas, in which children should actively participate in the curriculum along with plays and stories from other languages. Plays and stories of prominent literature should also be included in Hindi language. Most of the people also use English language in invitation letter and mutual correspondence. If invitation letter are made in Hindi, then people will be more aware of their national language after needing than and they will feel proud if they use more and more. Even at the political level, many leaders give speeches in Hindi which should be opposed, and emphasis should be given and giving a speech in Hindi. If the leaders of the country take these steps, then the people will also work with them. There are many famous writers of Hindi literature whose works have been published in other language and have been published in the whole world, in which Mahadevi Verma, Bhartendu Harishchandra, Premchandra, Ayodhya Prasad, Upadhyay, Hari Audh, and many others are not none. We are forgetting them, but their works are earning their name outside India by getting published in other language. If we do not take the right step in time along with the language, this nation will also become weak and will also lose identity. Mahadevi Bhartendu Harishchandra had also said, "My language is progress, the root of all progress. Without knowledge of own language, it is not lost. Therefore, for the progress of India, it is necessary that Indians should use Hindi more and more." So we can say that Hindi language is better than English language or not. Good morning, all of you. Myself, Sudhir Kumar Yadav. I belong to Sonwayat. As my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student, class BA first year from JK College, Birol, Darbhanga. Today, I have got a turning to speak something on the topic. English should be spoken in India or not. But I agree with should be spoken in India. Indian people should be spoken in India. English because spoken English because nowadays we cannot work of anything without English language. The English is very important of India. The English language is too much developed in field of science, art and technology work sector. We cannot many jobs without knowing English. Today when we talk about any kinds of good work in the field of government sector as well as private sector, this may be our most compulsory. Indian people is very important of English language, but 50% people are English language. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Myself, Mosam Kumari, over here. I belong to Bhavanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I study in class 8 from RK Middle School, Bhavanipur, Birol, Darbhanga. Today, I have got turn to speak something on the topic in English should be spoken in India or not. But I agree
नजदीक
with
लो कैमरा हाँ ठीक है
but I agree with English should be spoken in India better. From a independence country, there is a language of its own, which is the honor and pride of that country. Language and culture is the real identity of that country. Language is the only means with the help of which can exchange our thoughts. Many languages are spoken in the world in which Hindi language has special importance. Hindi language is the most spoken in India. Hindi is not just a language, it also works to keep all the people connected with each other. Hindi is a language spoken not only in India but all over the world. It is a study is also done abroad and people from all countries of the world come to India only to learn Hindi. It is believed that Hindi is the simplest form of Hindi language. The inclusion of many Sanskrit words will be seen in the Hindi language. Sanskrit is the original mother of Hindi language. Hindi is the culture, race, lifestyle, identity, etc. of a country. There are many of us who believe that they will not learn Hindi, yet their work will be done. But it is not so because not every person in India can use other language as the main language. But Hindi is a language with the help of which every Indian can easily understand among themselves. Hindi is a very simple language so that everyone can learn use it is very easy to learn. You do not even have to spend much to learn Hindi. It can be learned with the help of just a few books. People of India start using Hindi language from their childhood. India is a rural country and most of its population belong to rural areas. Not everyone in India knows English, so if you want to talk or communicate with anyone,
in India. You must have knowledge of Hindi. There are many people in your country who despise knowledge Hindi as other language because they feel that speaking Hindi will raise questions their character. Those who think character. Those who think this do not give much importance of Hindi, but they should know that Hindi is such a language that people come to India by spending lakhs of rupees to learn it. This is enough to know the importance of Hindi.
Today over here I belong to Bhawanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student of class BA first year. Today I have got a turn to speak something on the topic English should be spoken in India or not, but I agree with English should not be spoken in India. India is a country of different caste, religion and culture where many language and dialects are used. In such a situation, it is impossible to imagine unity in any country if it has neither nor one national language nor one country. That is why in the Constitution of India, Hindi has been declared as the national language so that everyone is bound together by the thread of this national language. But despite being the national language, it did not get the status that it should have got. The Mughals and the British also ruled in India, and this can also be the reasons for this. To some extent, we consider all yourselves, especially by using Hindi language, and consider yourselves nobility in using English. We have to improve this state of mind, and this work should start from our home. Otherwise, one day we will start taking the help of internet to understand our national language, which we have already started apart from Hindi mediums school. Hindi can't to promoted in any other school. We should encourage children to read Hindi books and take in Hindi because this is the habit which can be developed from childhood. It is our duty towards Hindi language that we should make every effort for the expansion for Hindi. We should respect it very much. This language serves to unite all religions. Everyone should understand that using Hindi is not a thing of inferiority, but it is our pride.
Myself, Achal Kumari over here. I belong to Bhawanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student of class 12 for Mujay College, Bureau, Darbhanga. Today I have got a turn to speak something on the topic English should be spoken in India or not. But I agree with English should be spoken in India. English is not an option, it is a due to better opportunities on can't overstate in importance of English language in India. As a student, you might have faced embarrassment. Do you poor English skill at least once in your lifetime? Hence, you understand now important it is today. I have knowledge of English. However, you are not the only one here to suffer the of poor English. Skill a 2016 survey by a Delhi-based employment solution company found that barely 7% of engineering jobs poor English skill were one of the prime reason. Surprising yet true. English in India is taught as the second language at every level of the education. We have also accepted it is the main medium of learning and instruction in higher education, but by despite Hindi being in the mother, It is so important for India of learning English. It was not before the 17th century when English trends land India as the East India Company in the role of trading with India's hints. It would be apt to say that India's first brush up with English started with a river of the East India Company. There are several regions that makes English a global language. Their region play a important role in proving its importance in advancement of our ratio. As we so English is very important language. The countries on the world. It is people spoken and understood. People from different parts of the having different ways as our English language.
Myself Lakshmi Kumari over here. I belong to Bhawanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student of class 12 from plus 2 Janta High School, Srinagar Ghat, Birol, Darbhanga. Today I have got a turn to speak something on the topic English should be spoken in India or not. But I agree with English should be spoken in India. The English language has contributed significantly in bringing people and their culture closer. The benefits of English, learning English can be seen in the economic, social, and political life of the people of the country. The English language is becoming more and more common in the world. As a result, increasingly people are dedicating time to study English as their second language. In fact, schools syllabus to teach children this language from a young age. However, the true value of this language, thus the importance of English language, English has become one of the majorly used languages to understand, learn, and explain concepts from various fields of knowledge. The majority of instructional tools, material, and text are written in English. The global educational system at colleges all over the world need English as a foreign language. It is a well-known fact that the advanced knowledge of science, technology, space research, nuclear field medicine, engineering, etc. is abundantly available in English language. By learning the language, the Indians have been able to gain access to this vast treasure of knowledge in the field of science, of technology. The English has future in our country. Good morning, all of you. Myself, Roshni Kumari, over here. I belong to Bhawanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I study in 10th class from plus to Janta High School, Srinagar Ghat, Birol, Darbhanga. Today I have got to turn and speak something on the topic English should be spoken in India or not. But I agree with English should be not spoken in India. Our constitution did not give the status of national language to any one language. Hindi was definitely declared as the national language, but Hindi is a language spoken by only 40% of the Indian population, so this would be problem for the rest of the majority of the population, as everybody would be required to learn Hindi, and this is not possible at all. The Constitution of India has uses of Hindi to be the two official language communication for the national language. It contains two list of these languages are entertained to representation on the official language communication, and an examination conducted for national government services may adopt to take the exam in these languages.
Wonderful.
Morning all of you. Myself Khushbu Kumari over here. I belong to Bhawanipur. As my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student of class 10th from plus 2 Janata High School, Srinagar Ghat, Virod, Darbhanga. Today I have got a turn to speak something on the topic English should be spoken in India or not, but I agree with English should be spoken in India. English is a global language. Studying English can help you get a job. Learning English can help you meet new people. Many scientific papers are written in English. Traveling is a lot is with a good knowledge of English. English is one of the most important language for business. English as their second language. With English you can study all over the world. English is one such language that is understood by people from different castes and states there and therefore deserve to be the official language in India. English continue to be an important language in India.
All of you, myself Sakshi Kumari, over here I belong to Bhawanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student of class 12 from plus 2 Janta High School, Srinagar Ghat. Today I have got a turn to speak something on the topic English should be spoken in India or not, but I agree with English should be spoken in India. We can deny the importance of English language in the present time as global language. It is clear that English language has become more dominant around the world. In some countries, it is used as the mother tongue, and in other countries, taught as second language. It is taught as school. This makes English whispered. In addition, it is used for communication between people around the world as well as it is the language of modern times. On other hand, English is the language of science and technology. There is not that the English is language of communication between the people with different culture. It is also the language of computers that help to communication with the people around the world through internet technology and email.
All of you, myself Shweta Kumari over here. I belong to Bhawanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student of class 12 from plus 2 Janta High School, Srinagar Ghat, Birol, Darbhanga. Today I have got a turn to speak something on the topic English should be spoken in India or not, but I agree with English should be spoken in India. English is one of the most spoken English in the world today. The English language has been given properly in most. English is the third most spoken English language in the world. English is not just a language, but it has become a way of life. English is a language that is damaged of and of can endly evolving nowadays warmly on social media and internet where most of the English language used. There are two types of English, one American and the other British. English or education system is based on English, so it is very important to learn English language. In today's time, success can be easily with good knowledge of English language.
Myself Nandini Kumari over here. I belong to Bhawanipur, Birol, Darbhanga. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I study in class 8 from RK Middle School, Bhawanipur, Birol, Darbhanga. Today I have got a term to speak something on the topic English should be spoken in India or not. But I agree with English should be spoken in India.
Language is important because it is one of the main ways to communicate and interact with other people around us. It keeps us in contact with other people. English language is an example for the importance of a language because it is the international language and has become the most important language to people in many parts of world. Also, it is spoken has the first language in many countries. English playing a major role in many sections like education, medicine, engineering, and business. Even thought English
बिजनेस का इसको पढ़िए बिजनेस
business even thought English is not an official language around the world, but it is the most common language used to communicate around. Business is very important and necessary for the business world. English is mostly used in publishing books, making films, music, and a lot of internet in training things.
Morning all of you. Myself Mukesh Kumar Yadav over here. I belong to Mahmuda. As far as my education qualification is concerned, I am the student of class 12 from JK College below Darbhanga. Today I have got a turn to speak something on this topic. English should be spoken in India or not? But I agree with English should be spoken in India because as we know, not only India today, all the countries are related to each other on the national or international market. So in this condition, we need a common language which helps to us in the conversation or thought if we want into any sector. If any sector it may be
आवाज कम करो
government or private, we need English. Thank you so much.
Good morning, all of you. Myself, Om Prakash Rai over here. I belong to Bhawanipur. As far as my educational qualification is concerned, I am the student of class 12 from JK College, Virol, Darbhanga. Today, I have got a turn to speak something on the topic. English should be spoken in India or not, but I agree with should be English language. English is very important in our life. Today, people who do not know the English language find themselves backward. English is the third most spoken language in the world. While Mandarin and Spanish are the most spoken in the world, English is spoken in 67 countries. The importance of English has increased a lot in our countries. English medium schools have opened everywhere. Every parent wants their child to know to speak English nowadays. Most of the computer related things are done in English. English is also widely used on social media. The importance of English is also very much for getting a job. 20% of the world's population use the English language. It is a language that connects us with the world. English speaking people are considered superior in the country. Nowadays there is a flood of English speaking institute. Speaking courses are being conducted in every small town. It is the dream of all parents that their children speak fluent English.
Good morning, all of you. Myself, Jitendra Kumar over here. I belong to Gram Toll. As far as my education qualification is concerned, I am a student of the of class 12 from JK College, Birol, Darbhanga. Today I have got a turn to speak something on this topic. English is spoken should be spoken in India or not. But I agree with English should be spoken in India because as we know, not only India today, all the countries are related to each other on the national or international market. So in this condition, we need a common language which helps to us in the conversation. Although if you went into any sector in it may be government or private, we need English for working. When we apply for any job in any company, when our interview in English. English is language who help us education and teaching. English is very important for India.
Wonderful.